In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to handle the I need to think about it objection that everybody hates. And it's actually a lot easier than you think, and I've closed over 7 figures in cash collected for companies I've closed for in the past year since starting sales. So I've done this many times. It works wonders. There's only 3 real objections that exist. So I'm going to explain those 3, and most importantly, how you can solve the I need to think about it objection once we get that out of the way. So buckle down, make sure you get through the whole video because it's important to understand the 3 core objections overall so you can understand how to solve the I need to think about it objection as well. And if you guys are in sales, you know this is probably one of the hardest objections to handle because it's very ambiguous. You don't really know what it means. You don't know what their real objection is. And that's why I want to explain the only 3 real objections. So the first one is financial objection. And this basically is exactly how it sounds. It just means they don't have enough money to buy even if they wanted to. And don't get this confused with they have the money but they don't think it's worth it. That is actually an uncertainty objection. So financial is basically they just don't have the money straight up and they can't find the money anywhere. They can't get a credit loan. Uncertainty objection is they literally don't think it's worth the money, or they are just uncertain that this is the best way for them to get to the goal that they want to hit. Essentially, they're just uncertain. And third is spouse/partner objection. So spouse being, wife, husband, partner being, if you're doing more business to business, that would be their business partner. So they need to talk to them before they can make a decision, which is also difficult. But essentially, when someone says, I need to think about it, it's not that they need to think about it, it's that one of these is holding them back from making a decision right away. To play devil's advocate here, maybe they don't have the money, maybe they're just too embarrassed to tell you they don't have the money, maybe they're uncertain, they don't trust you, they don't want to tell you that they think you're lying, maybe they have to talk to their wife and they're embarrassed, they don't want to tell you that they have to talk to their wife. Who knows what it could be, but the biggest issue is that you don't really know what it is. So the number one thing you want to focus on is getting down to the real objection so that you can actually solve it. If you don't know what the real objection is, it's impossible to solve. And you can't just rebuttal this and be like, well, what do you need to think about? That's like what every new sales rep says. When someone tells you, I need to think about it, what you say and what you do is you paste the first objection. You've probably heard Jordan Belfort talk about this. Yeah, I hear ya. Aside from just needing to think about it, do you feel like this is exactly what you need to get to X goal? Whatever they told you. Do you feel like this support, do you feel like whatever I'm offering, you say it again, do you feel like this is exactly what you need to get to X goal that they have? So from here, when you ask it, do you feel like this is exactly what you need? Most of the time, they're just gonna be like, yeah, this is exactly what I need, man. Just like I said, I just need to think about it. So they're gonna remain ambiguous. They're still not gonna tell you the real objection. Right here, if you paste the first objection and say, is this exactly what you need? They might give you some tonality where they sound uncertain. So they might say, well, it's kind of what I need. Gotcha, man. What's your biggest concern? And then they'll probably give you the real objection here. They might say, well, I just need to speak to my wife about it, or, well, I don't know about this part when you said this. I don't really know what that means. Or they might say, I just don't have the money. Maybe we can split it up. And then you go and solve the real objection that they just told you. That's what we want as well, right? Well, we want either the real objection, but if they don't tell you the real objection, they just say again, I need to think about it. Then you basically, once you say that, is it just the nerves? Like you're just nervous. And this is so good. I have closed and made so much money from saying these exact words, is it just the nerves? Because you're gonna give them the chance to just tell you they're nervous, because a lot of people don't like admitting they're nervous. But this, you're basically giving them the objection knowing that you're gonna be able to solve it super easily. If you can boil it down to just the nerves, then you're in a super good spot. So a lot of times they're gonna just say, yeah, I'm just nervous, that's a lot of money, it's a big decision, boom. And then you can kind of coach them through that. When they say, yes, it's just the nerves, you're gonna say good. And that in itself is a pattern interrupt, because they're not expecting you to say good. They're gonna expect you to say, no, you shouldn't be nervous, this is exactly what you need. But when you say good, they're like, wait, what? It's good that I'm nervous? And then you kind of pause for a second, and then you say, I'll tell you exactly why it's a good thing. And then from here, I could write it all out, but essentially you just want to explain to them why getting nervous and why getting uncomfortable is exactly what they need to reach their goal. And it's very true, right? If you guys have achieved anything in your life that is actually worth accomplishing, you have to get uncomfortable to grow into the type of person that you want to become and to level up in anything in life. Anyone that accomplished anything great, you know, Elon Musk building PayPal or Tesla or SpaceX or people going to the moon, all these people were nervous before they started these things, especially in the beginning. So that is basically what you want to convey to them, and you want to help them realize that the person they are now has to get uncomfortable and has to get nervous to actually reach their goals. And that is the exact thing that proves to you why this is what you should be doing. Does that sound fair enough? And then basically you go for the close. So you ask a closing question. Does that sound fair enough? Or you can say, so with that being said, do you feel pretty good about that now? And you basically just want to ask a question to lead into the close. So closing question. Also, once they say, yeah, I feel good, I always say, cool, is the email I have on file for you the one you booked a call with? Is that the best one to get you started with everything? From here, you either close the deal, you collect the money, or they're gonna give you another objection. You know, they're gonna be like, they don't wanna move forward, they don't wanna close, so they're gonna give you another objection. And from here, you basically just loop them through the entire process again. This is called looping. So you're just gonna loop them back through, you're gonna paste the objection again, whatever it may be. So if they tell you here again, oh yeah, well, I definitely wanna do it, you know, you're right, I need to get uncomfortable, I just don't have the money. Got it, man. So aside from just not having the money, you feel like this is exactly what you wanna do, you wanna get uncomfortable, you wanna get nervous, you wanna change your life, you just don't have the full 10K or whatever it is. Yeah, man, I just don't have the 10K up front right now. Okay, makes sense. So you're 100% in, it's just the money. That's the only thing holding you back. Yeah, man, that's it. Okay, cool. So are you open to have a conversation of like where you're at right now, just to see, you know, what we could make work in terms of splitting that payment up? If you're 100% in, you feel like this is exactly what you want to do. Yeah, man, let's talk about that. And then basically you want to get their cash on hand, and then you can create a payment plan for them based on that, because you always want to collect as much cash up front. And then if you ask them what their exact cash on hand is, you'll either realize it was a smokescreen, like they weren't actually truthful by saying that they didn't have enough money, because they didn't realize that you were gonna ask them that question. And if people truly want to do it, then they'll be honest with you. As long as you did a good job during the objection handling, you know, you actually understood where they were coming from, you did a good job during the discovery. If they truly want to do it, they will tell you exactly how much money they have right now. And if they don't, then that means there's another underlying objection that you need to get through. It's probably an uncertainty objection, which at the end of the call in this place, it's hard to solve, but it's definitely solvable. Essentially, you just want to keep looping them back through until they close, or until they basically get pissed off and leave the call, because when people leave the call, chances are they're never going to close. But most people, they'll be honest with you, you'll be able to close them if they can truly do it and if they want to do it. But most times it's just the nerves, and that is why I love boiling it down to nerves, because it's like you're planting the objection in their mind, knowing that it's super, super easy to solve. That's essentially how I solved the I need to think about it objection. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value from that. Realize there's only 3 real objections. And if you guys are in sales or you're looking to get into sales and you want sort of like one-to-one coaching where I'm training you, reviewing your calls, and giving you one-to-one help to just become a beast at every part of the sales process, not just one, click the link in the comments, because I do have a coaching program where I do help people become beasts at sales, make money online, travel the world, and live a good life. So click the link below, it'll explain exactly how I can help you. And other than that, guys, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, comment anything that you would like to see, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.